What is going on, mi gente? As we wait with lots of excitement for season 2 of House of the Dragon, HBO dropped not one, but 2 full trailers, of which I will be going through, trying to cover as many of the awesome details revealed in both trailers. On this video, I'll be discussing the Blacks trailer. Now, on the next video, I will be talking about the Greens trailer, so keep an eye out for that one. With that being said, before we get going with the trailer talk, let me just remind you, Binging Dragon is a podcast where we mainly discuss Game of Thrones universe projects, A Song of Ice and Fire, Marvel, The Last of Us, and so many other awesome geek culture things. But I am experimenting with these types of videos to post here on YouTube to go alongside the podcast episodes. So if that is something you are into, please consider subscribing to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Let's get things going. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, in what is probably one of the best marketing approaches I've seen in a while, HBO released 2 full trailers for both factions that will be going to war in the next 2 seasons at least. Kudos to the people who came up with this idea, because us, the fans, we sure in hell enjoyed it. And they sure knew how incredibly popular within the fandom of House of the Dragon it is to choose which side you support. Team Black if you support the one true Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, yes, you know where my alliances fall, or Team Green led by Aegon II and his mother Alicent Hightower. Now, let's go through the Black trailer. Starting things off, we get a shot of what is most definitely the funeral of Lucerys, which we still don't really know if they actually found his body, parts of his body, or actually, sadly, nothing. What is interesting is that there are rumors that this will be happening in episode 1, and based on promo pictures, and if you zoom on this shot, you can tell Jacaerys, or also known as Jace, is there with his family. And that has stirred up some questions as to how much time will we spend in the north, since some think that they will show him in the north and then just come back down after hearing of his brother's death, making it very short visit over in the north. I believe that he gets notified of Luke's death while at the Vale or on his way out from the Vale, and then decides to fly home for the funeral before going north again. Or should I say further north? Let me know what you think in the comments, please. Also, while we are talking about Jace, mi gente, we can finally breathe and celebrate the fact that Harry's hair, and when I say Harry is the actor that plays Jacaerys. He is going to be using his own hair instead of that weird looking wig that we got from season 1. Thank you to the Lord of Light. The next scene we get a pretty awesome of what seems to be Rhaenyra and my favorite dragon Syrax on their way to Harrenhal. And if you're a huge fan of Gurm's A Song of Ice and Fire books, when I say Gurm, I mean George R.R. Martin, seeing the God's Eye and the Isle of Faces for the first time, I'm sure you geeked out quite a bit when you saw this, the same as me, as that place is greatly connected to the deep lore in the books. Just look at all those awesome weirwoods all around, and I'll leave it at that. Here we get a shot of Rhaenyra, and who some people are saying is Mysaria, with a dragon flying around in the distance. Now, this scene is extremely sad, as we get what is probably the moment that Rhaenyra sees the remains of either Luke and Arax, or maybe just Arax, with Syrax once again showing how well bonded she is with Rhaenyra as she is letting it all out with a scream. Arax being Luke's dragon and Syrax's baby dragon, as it has been implied in Fire and Blood. Also, if you look closely to the right, that is probably a shot of Storm's End, followed by a quick shot of Aegon getting ready to sit down on the Iron Throne. Now, when talking about hype moments of both trailers, for me, and I'm sure many of you Fire and Blood book readers, this was definitely one of them, as this is for sure the moment the Red Sowing plot, or also known as the Dragon Seeds, gets shown for the very first time. Now, the only sad thing being that once again, we get no mentions of nettles. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see when the show comes out. The 3 men at the bottom of the image have got to be Hugh Hammer, Ulf White, and maybe Alan of Hull. If not, then Adam of Hull. By the way, Queen Rhaenyra's costumes and just looks in general look really, really good. I feel like it's definitely a step up from what we got in season 1. This quick shot might be somewhere in Harrenhal. I'm really not sure on this one, so you guys can let me know in the comments, but we do get to see a dragon flying by outside the windows. A scene that I absolutely love was this one because it adds so much detail as to how things were handled where the dragons were kept. This has to be in Dragonstone with Rhaenyra getting ready to mount Syrax. I mentioned this on the latest podcast episode reacting to the trailers, but I absolutely love how much more detailed House of the Dragon feels compared to Game of Thrones. In terms of world building, I will talk about this a little bit more in regards to a special castle that we might get to see this season. But yeah, this quick shot of Rhaenyra walking on some sort of dragon dock, ready to fly off on Syrax, has me super excited to get the full scene once the show comes out around in June. That awesome scene is followed by one of my most anticipated places we will be visiting in season 2. That is the North. And if we are going to talk about the North, of course we have to talk about my favorite part of the trailers, the quick but big reveal of Mr. Winter himself, Cregan Stark. Probably the most badass Stark in history. And if you look closely, he is carrying House Stark Valyrian sword Ice, which later on we saw in Game of Thrones being used by none other than Ned. In season 1, the whole prophecy about the White Walkers threat was hinted heavily multiple times, and I am really looking forward to see how they will expand this, as I really feel like it adds depth to not only George's Fire and Blood, which is a history book written and brought to us, the readers, by an incredibly unreliable source. I really can't wait to visit the North. If you guys are excited to see Cregan Stark, Jacaerys Targaryen, or Jacaerys Velaryon, however you want to say it, with his dragon Vermax and so many other things in the North, comment a wolf and dragon emoji, as well as to what are you most looking forward to when we finally visit the North this season. There are too many awesome theories out there, from Sarah Snow to possibly even Vermax laying eggs in Winterfell. We'll just have to wait and see. This guy right here, I believe, is Wayne Hightower, who is Alicent's brother, and it seems like things aren't looking too good for him. Quick shot of Syrax flying super fast, I don't know where, followed by some shots of Aemon Targaryen, Otto, Sneaky Snake Hightower, and a voiceover of Corlys telling Rhaenyra they must crush this beast at its head. And right after, a very intriguing set of Daemon scenes at what it seems to be Harrenhal, and so far I have heard some rumors, very nice rumors, that Ryan Condal wanted to lean more into the creepiness of Harrenhal, as it is a castle that is pretty much considered by everyone to be cursed and haunted. We get quick shots that are part of the green trailer showing what seems to be some sort of funeral in King's Landing. Book readers, you know already, as well as Aegon just standing there. I really need to see this shot already because I just know this is going to be such a Caraxes and Daemon money shot in season 2, pretty much like this one was for season 1. After that, we get a scene of who seems to be Criston Cole riding to battle at one of the big battles we'll get to see in this season. And right after, one of my favorite characters in the story, Baela Targaryen, and the first ever shot of Moondancer, her dragon, who seems to have very distinctive features such as striped wing membranes. I really can't remember if they mentioned that in the Fire and Blood book, so if any of you remembers exactly where it mentions if Moondancer had striped wings, please let me know just to read it, but I don't care if it's not in the book because to me, it just looks really damn beautiful and awesome. We get yet another beautiful shot of Rhaenyra while on a voiceover statement by Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, and some more quick shots of the greens, with Aegon smacking the hell out of someone with some big object, followed by a big time shot of awesome Nanny Vhagar flying into battle. A battle that will go down as one of the best moments in Game of Thrones universe history. The next scenes go by by pretty fast. But we get what seems to be Daemon walking into some big room either at Harrenhal or Dragonstone. Then a glimpse of the ever-famous fight between the Cargold twins, Eric, who is part of Rhaenyra's Queensguard, and Aeric, who is part of Aegon's Kingsguard. Then a back and front face shot of Rhaenyra, and finishing things off with an awesome moment of our good red noodly boy Caraxes, and the premiere date of June 16. Man, I absolutely love this trailer, as I feel like it just gave us enough to geek out big time until the show comes out in June, but not a whole lot to where it spoils too many things, which is something that sadly trailers nowadays do too much. Anyways, I would love to know what you guys think about this upcoming season, so head on to the comments and tell me what are you most looking forward to in season 2. Also, if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking, and sharing with others, as it helps a whole lot for growth. I am so much looking forward to the moment or the days whenever we have a big community to geek out of things like this. For the trailer reaction podcast episode, head on over to this link, and thank you all so much for your time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Valar Morghulis, my friends.